Get the brand new limited edition Pals Holiday Package, available at thepalsmerch.com.
At Devilish Crazy asks, what is life? A simulation ran by robots in an alternate dimension called C7 Cromulon 98B. We are being controlled by them. They dictate everything we do. This is merely a game for them. Please resist. On November 5th, you must resist. Weird. YouTube dudes, hi. How's it going? I got my blanket here. We're doing a cozy Q&A. Hope you guys had a good Halloween. Hope you're full of candy. Not too much, though, because childhood obesity is a real problem. Hope you're full of candy and positive energy. We're doing a Q&A because I've been gone basically for like 2 months. Yeah, about there. And the first question in the Q&A is, Cora, where were you for 2 months? Well, let's get into that. So, what is my 2 months? Where have I been? Why haven't I been posting? So, I was living in Kelowna with Dennis and Alex, and I liked it. It was okay, but Kelowna wasn't the city for me. And I was kind of looking for a way out. And this girl that I knew, and we had kind of like dated, and we were kind of like dating. She was like, "Hey, you want to move to Montreal with me?" And I was like, "You know what? I'd always wanted to go to Montreal, and I don't really want to be here anymore." So I said, "Yeah, I'll move to Montreal." So I packed up my things, moved to Montreal, and when I get to Montreal, we have the worst apartment. There is moldy floorboards, weird stuff on the kitchen area, just like weird goopy goops. Don't really know how to explain it. Our toilet didn't work. It just didn't work. So I had nowhere to poop for a month. And that was bad. And so we were looking for another place. And there was issues with us. It was just going really badly. Because, I moved in with someone way too soon than I should have. We barely knew each other. And we were doing all this crazy stuff together. That was causing a lot of stress. And then it just deteriorated. And I was like, okay, get us a new place. That'll just make everything hunky-dory. So I get us into a new place, a really nice place, It's pretty nice. And the issues were still just, like, really bad. And emotionally, I was doing really bad. I didn't have a lot of time for work because I was trying to figure out my living situation. And I frankly didn't have the emotional energy. It was just, like, chaos. And, frankly, they were the worst 2 months of my life. So I said, you know what, girl? I'm going home. So that's what I did, and that's been my 2 months, So I moved with a girl, went awfully worst 2 months of my life. Now I'm back home in Edmonton, not in Kelowna, and that's what happened. That's the short version of it, That's the quick and dirty. And what it was an experience where I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I know that I need alone time, because if I don't get that, and we were together for like so long, for like a month, just wake up together, go to sleep together, wake up together, and it was crazy, man. It's way too much of the same person in my life, and I'm sure it was for them too, because a lot of resentment built up. And I know that you got to know someone really well before you move in with them. You can't just be like, no, trust me, they're amazing, and we're gonna be in love forever, because there's realities, and you got to know people before you dive into that. So I learned that, and I learned that, like, probably to walk away from things sooner, honestly. And I'm not saying be a quitter, but if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you aren't being valued, or you are being discredited, or that you feel your emotions aren't being listened to, then that's not a good, healthy relationship. And that doesn't have to be a boyfriend or girlfriend. That can be a friendship. And that's just something that I learned. I was like, this isn't healthy at all. Like, at all. Yeah, I don't know. That's been my 2 months. But Montreal, let me tell you, Montreal is a wonderful city. Totally amazing. I love it as a place, even though my experiences were so awful. But I would love to go back and live in Montreal. Truly, if you live in Montreal, you are so blessed. What a wonderful city. And if you're visiting Montreal, you're gonna have a great time. Just walk around. If you walk around Montreal, there'll be something happening. You'll find a festival, you'll find an event, a cool art gallery, or just something. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing place. The coolest Canadian city. For sure. But anyways, okay, that's my 5-minute blurb on what happened to me, what's going on. But we're back in it, baby. We're back in the YouTube groove. We're back on the daily grind. So hopefully that goes well. But let's get back into the Q&As. Arthur at AJ Harmon asks, feelings on leftover fast food. I just warmed up a burrito from Taco Bell. Is that okay? Is it okay? Yeah. That is okay. Albert Spook at Albert Stuff asks, do you think I'm cute? Well, let me see what you look like, because I don't even know what he looks like. Does he do face cam? I don't know. Ooh, he's got some muscles on him. Albert Stuff. Yeah, man, I think you're pretty cute. Amy at freaking Amy asks, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Depends on a lot of things. Depends on tongue friction, saliva, the acidity of your saliva. Amy, I think you know that this question has more than one answer, and I can't really get you there. At Bella the Rose asks, who is better, Dennis or Alex? Sketch is the best. I love Sketch. He is so great. And when I see him, I go, Sketch, you're doing amazing. Lmaster at Lmaster_15 asks, do people mostly refer to you as Coral or as Brayden? Really depends what crowd I'm rolling with. In Kelowna, when I was living with Dennis and Alex, Coral. Most people call me Coral, I guess. No, I don't know. It's really like a mix in my life, mostly. When I'm in Edmonton, people call me Brayden. When I'm in Kelowna, I get a bit of both. When I'm online, it's Coral, or Brayden. I don't know. It's like a mix of both. It depends on who I'm with and what's going on and what we're feeling. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a mix. At Emily's Arm asks, do you have a crush on Dennis? Do not tell him, but yes. At Quickly Fun asks, do you think it's weird that people ship you and Dennis? No, because we're in love and destined to be together. At Creative Cat 20 asks, what's your biggest regret? I don't know, man. That's like a hard one because I've done a lot of things, especially recently, that it's like, wow, I wish that didn't happen. But in like an abstract sense, because if a genie came, he's like, I will reverse all of these things and make them not have happened. I don't think I'd tell him to, like, retroactively, like, looking back on it. Would I have moved to Montreal with this person I barely know? No, that was an awful idea. But I'm glad it happened because I learned a lot. It was a good experience, even though it was like a really bad experience emotionally, but it was good because you learn and it is part of who you are. And to have experience is better than to not. So I don't know, my biggest regret, not working over those 2 months. That's like a pretty big regret. Like I should have just like kept doing my thing, not let life get me down. I don't know. At Selfies FTW_ asks, what's your favorite game? Right now, I was loving Mario Odyssey. Had a great time with that. It's not my favorite game, but right now that was like what's really itching my scratches. But my favorite game of like all time, I feel like I've answered this before, and it's probably always a different answer. Maybe like the old Ratchet and Clanks, the old Jak and Daxters. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of good games out there, but right now Super Mario Odyssey is pretty dope. From @Jess05Har1. Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm 12 years old. I love the pals, especially you. Thanks, Jessica. Here's a question for your Q&A. What's your favorite type of music? That's hard. I'm not really like a genre-bound person. I'll go through huge phases of listening to hip-hop and then only listening to like alternative rock and then only listen to jazz and then listen to a little ball those sometimes. So I don't know. I like all types of music. I would say most of my listening goes to probably like folk or hip-hop. Not really any like classic rock or glam rock or dad rock. Pop music, some pop music. I don't know. I like everything. I like all music, all types of music. You know, like there's the good stuff everywhere. Ariella the hot dog at Everlast Lily asks, "What's the meaning of life?" To have a good time without making other people have a bad time. Yeah, that's the meaning of life. At Guacamole at Janelle Loves Blank, what book are you currently reading? Man, these last 2 months haven't read a lick of anything really. It's just been like I just didn't have time. Just didn't have the time or the desire. I don't know. Also, man, let's just get real for one more second. One more second of getting real. If you are ever hanging out with like a friend, or you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you're feeling like in each moment you're trying to avoid ways to upset them and maximize ways to like make them happy, but outside of like a normal bounds, like you're editing your own thoughts and words heavily and like the things you will think and talk about, then that's not a healthy relationship. Don't know what brought that up. I'm just shooting some advice your way, okay? You gotta be yourself. At MSRM, do you secretly read Doral fan fiction? I'm actually the author of most of that. Spoopy Alley asks, am I alive? Are any of us alive, Spoopy Alley? I don't know. That's a big question. I don't know. What are some of the sickest fights you've been in? I can't say I've ever tussled. Never gotten my hands in the midst of battle. No, I have not. So I've never. Well, there was this one time where this guy was being a jerk in like the 6th grade, and I pushed him against the wall. Pretty crazy, but that's about it. What are some fun things you've done in Montreal? Just walking around, going to Tam Tams. It's a festival that happens every Sunday on Mount Royal, which is a big mountain in the middle of the city. That was pretty sweet. Just going to cool restaurants, walking around, seeing all the cool street art, experiencing French Canada because it's a totally different country, basically. I don't know. There's a lot of cool, fun stuff going on in Montreal that I got to do, which I'm super blessed and grateful for, even though they were awful months. They were awful and amazing in different ways, you know what I mean? Amazing because I'm in Montreal. Awful because I'm in Montreal and these things are happening. So Megan asks, can I achieve my YouTube dreams? You'll never know if you don't try. Word. Ashrayo4 asks, Drake or Snoop Dogg? I'm gonna have to go with the doggy dog on this one. At Bella's Little Pets asks, if you were Sir Meows-a-Lot, would you fart on Dennis? I am Sir Meows-a-Lot. The answer is yes. Corny Girls 2 asks, why do you have red lips? It's because when my lips get dry, they get a little red. Do you love chicken nuggets? Yeah. Yeah, man. What was the best time or moment of your life? Hasn't happened yet. At Devilish Crazy asks, what is life? A simulation ran by robots in an alternate dimension called C7 Cromulon 98B. We are being controlled by them. They dictate everything we do. This is merely a game for them. Please resist. On November 5th, you must resist. Weird. Well, everyone, this has been a quick little update, kind of Q&A, mostly a quick little update, because I just wanted you guys to know, like, the basis of what happened. But now I'm back, baby.